Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. Hope your day's going well. I was just on the phone chatting with my daughter who's in Singapore, starting her internship. Things are going well there. So I'm drinking out of a Wharton mug this morning just because I was chatting with her. So proud of all that she's doing. She had a fantastic time in China. Now she's starting the internship and going to do some great things in Singapore for a month before she then does a little bit more traveling, goes back to Korea, and then comes back to Montana for a short visit. So great stuff that she's doing. I'm very proud of her. Want to remind you, sign up for that newsletter, enjoylifesafely.com. Goes out every week with great information just to make your life better. Stuff to help you stay safe. Things to help you defend yourself if you have to. Other articles on living with the warrior's edge, enjoying life, and being exceptional. All of that in the newsletter you can get at enjoylifesafely.com. You get it by downloading one or both of the free ebooks there. More information to help you stay safe. Keep your loved ones safe. So go to enjoylifesafely.com and get those. Today I wanted to share a scam that I just learned about. Newer scam that the United States Post Office is warning Americans about. They're calling it a brushing scam. And in essence, what it is you'll get a package and it'll be some cheap little whatnot and nothing worth much of value. It'll arrive and to you. You never ordered it. Now, a couple things about it. If you get in these packages, your information might already have been compromised. So you want to go check all of your accounts and things, maybe update your passwords, make sure those are secure and so forth, because you might already be compromised. What you definitely don't want to do is sometimes these things have those QR codes to scan and so forth. Do not scan any QR code that came with this free thing that you didn't order. That can definitely get you into some trouble and compromise your computer or your phone, that you scan it with. So another thing we want to do is report it to the United States Post Office. Let them know about it so they can do some tracking where it came from and have it in their system as well. Okay, so those are a few things that we want to just be careful of. I haven't seen that being reported around here in Missoula, but like I said, I read an article where the U.S. Postal Service is warning people about these. So if you get a package to you with some cheap something, whatever inside, do not scan any codes, do not engage with any websites from it, and go check some of your information because it might already be compromised. And that's why it's just important to treat our information like cash. We want to guard that because once it's gone, it's out there. Just like you lose cash, you're probably not getting it back. You lose some of this information, your passwords, your accounts get out there. They're compromised, and it's really pain to get stuff back under trouble. Want to say good morning to Jay and Vicky. Appreciate you guys being here and saying hello. Want to say good morning to Samuel. Appreciate you being here and saying hello. Samuel also said, long time no see. Hope all has been well and make it a great day. Thank you. I appreciate that, Samuel. Thad asked what comes in the packages. And the article, let me see if I can pull it back up here. It did have a couple examples. What were they saying? It was just really cheap stuff. I'm looking here to see where I thought it did give some examples, but it was really cheap kind of junk. So it wasn't things that were of any value. It says cheap, low value items. So it's not really saying what kind of items are in the box. It just said cheap, low value items. And it could be things like household goods. So it'd be an unsolicited package containing low-cost items like household goods is what U.S. Postal Inspector Kelly McNulty told the news in Albuquerque. So the packages are sent by online retailers or third parties who use compromised personal information to create fake transactions, is what they're doing. So just be careful if you get a package and something's there. Okay. So another thing they're also U.S. Postal Service is saying is be aware of these discounted stamps. Remember I told you about those scam sites selling the Tommy Bahama clothes, super low discount, and they're bullshit? Well, there are some sites selling stamps at a 50% or more off. Those are BS too, and don't fall for those because they're not selling legitimate stamps for those reduced prices. So that was another one that they did. Dixon's here. Temu, T-E-M-U. Dixon, explain that, please. I'm not thinking good this morning, so I'm not sure what T-E-M-U stands for. Want to give us a little bit more information on that, please? Do it quickly because I'm about to sign off and go up the mountain with Rocky. But I appreciate all you guys showing up and saying hello. And these scammers, they're out there all over the place with all sorts of different kind of scams. And that's why, I try to give the information to keep people aware of what's going on. But we really need to be prudent and be careful with what we do, with websites that we do transactions with, making sure they're legitimate sites, because some of these copy sites and stuff are just, ugh. And so Dixon said low-cost items from China, the Temu. Okay, and I'm not familiar with that one, maybe because I'm not buying low-cost items from China. I know there's one legitimate place. It's Shein, and they sell a lot of lower-cost clothing that a lot of college-age, high school-age girls like to order from because my daughter has ordered from there. And some of the stuff isn't bad for the price you're paying. But again, I don't know some of all of that. I just know we need to be careful with what we're doing online, and we need to be careful with how we're protecting our name, addresses, accounts, passwords, credit cards, bank account stuff. All of that personal information we need to be more careful with because people are out there exploiting it and using it and ripping people off. So we just need to be careful with that. I do got to get up the mountain with Rocky and then get back to, got a lot to do today. So I hope you have a terrific day. I hope this was helpful. If you find a strange package sent to you with cheap, low-cost household goods, recognize that it's part of a scam. Do not scan any QR codes. Report the package to the Postal Service, and then maybe check your accounts and make sure nothing's been compromised. Richard's here, said, have a great day. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. All of you go out, make it a terrific Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow with a little bit of warrior wisdom.